Most people think recoil is just a kick, a small push, something you ignore. But anyone who has actually fired a handgun knows the truth. Recoil decides everything. It determines whether you hit your target or miss it by a mile. It decides whether a beginner feels confident or terrified. And for seniors, new shooters, people with wrist injuries, or anyone who simply wants a smoother, calmer, and more accurate shooting experience, recoil becomes the #1 priority. Today, we are counting down the handguns with the least recoil in the real world. Not in theory, not on paper, not in some forum argument, but based on real-world shooting, engineering design, and performance. And trust me, #1 will surprise you. At number 10, we start with a gun that looks intimidating but behaves like a polite guest, the Glock 19 in 9mm. It's compact, reliable, and tough, but what surprises most first-time shooters is how unbelievably manageable the recoil is. The polymer frame and Glock's unique recoil spring system spread the impact so evenly that the muzzle barely rises. It doesn't smack your wrist, it doesn't twist your grip, and it doesn't fight you. It simply fires, resets, and asks if you're ready for another shot. And that's exactly why police departments and civilian concealed carriers have trusted this pistol for decades. It's smooth, predictable, and forgiving, even for shooters with zero experience. Moving to number 9, the Smith & Wesson M&P9 EZ. This handgun was literally designed for people who struggle with recoil, slide strength, or grip sensitivity. The EZ stands for Easy Slide, but that's just one part of what makes this gun special. Smith & Wesson engineered the internals to reduce spring tension, soften the blowback impulse, and allow the gun to cycle with minimal force. When you fire it, it feels like the slide glides instead of snaps. The recoil comes back straight. Not up, not sideways, just straight, giving you one of the most stable shooting experiences ever made. This gun wasn't built for macho shooters who want to show off. It was built for normal, everyday people who want confidence, precision, and comfort. At number 8, we have the SIG Sauer P365 in .380A CP. Everyone knows the P365 in 9mm is famous for its compact power, but the .380 version takes that same engineering and brings the recoil down dramatically. The slide mass, barrel lockup, and gas flow balance were tuned to make the gun incredibly soft. The first time you shoot it, you actually feel surprised. Your hand expects more recoil, but it just doesn't come. SIG didn't just make a smaller caliber version, they redesigned the entire recoil system. The result feels like firing a 9mm pistol on easy mode, perfect for beginners and perfect for shooters with smaller hands, limited strength, or anyone who wants the performance of a modern concealed carry gun without the punishment. At number 7, we step into something unusual, the Beretta 81 Cheetah in .3 2 ACP. This gun is proof that European engineering from decades ago can still outperform many modern designs in terms of recoil control. The .32 ACP round is extremely soft to begin with, but when combined with Beretta's all-metal frame and beautifully smooth slide cycling, you get a recoil experience so gentle it feels almost like a training pistol. It barely moves, barely snaps, barely shifts in your hand. Many older shooters swear by this gun because it's one of the easiest semi-autos ever made to keep on target. It's elegant, it's soft, and it's shockingly accurate. At number 6 comes the Ruger Mark IV, a gun that doesn't just have low recoil, it practically eliminates it. Chambered in .22 LR, this pistol is what instructors use when teaching brand new shooters. The recoil is nearly non-existent, not because Ruger is doing something magical with design tricks, but because physics itself supports the platform. The barrel is fixed to the frame, the sights never move, and the straight blowback action glides with almost no resistance. Shooting the Mark IV feels more like clicking a button than firing a gun. This is the pistol people use to build confidence, discipline, and accuracy. And if your goal is to shoot comfortably and consistently, this pistol might be the most enjoyable firearm on the entire list. At number 5, we arrive at the big surprise, the HK VP9. You might think a striker-fired polymer 9mm wouldn't belong this high on a low recoil list, but HK did something different. The VP9 has one of the most refined recoil systems in the world. The slide rails, recoil spring, barrel geometry, and grip design all work together like a symphony. When you shoot it, the muzzle barely rises, and the recoil impulse feels more like a controlled push than a snap. It's smooth, it's stable, and it stays flat. Many shooters describe the VP9 as the softest 9mm they've ever fired, and after shooting it, you'll understand why. HK treated recoil not as a problem, but as an engineering challenge, and they solved it. At number 4, we introduce a handgun that almost feels like cheating, the Walther PDP in 9mm. The PDP's reputation isn't just about optics-ready slides or ergonomics. The real secret is how the pistol manages recoil with its optimized barrel dynamics and outstanding grip contour. Walther spent years studying how the human hand absorbs force, then designed a grip that places your wrist, palm, and fingers in the perfect angle to counter muzzle rise. The result? A gun that feels locked to your hand. Every shot lands back on target instantly. It doesn't slap, it doesn't shift, and it doesn't surprise you. The PDE, Performance Duty Ergonomics System, makes this weapon feel more like a precision instrument than a handgun. At number 3, things get interesting. The Smith & Wesson Performance Center Shield EZ in .380 ACP. This is not just the standard EZ, it's the enhanced model. The ported barrel, tuned trigger, and polished slide channels create one of the smoothest shooting experiences you can buy today. The porting vents gases upward, fighting muzzle rise. The lightweight slide cycles so softly that new shooters often think the gun jammed because they barely feel movement. But this pistol is not weak. It is engineered. Everything about it was designed to maximize comfort while preserving reliability. Seniors, beginners, and those with low hand strength often call it the kindest gun ever made because it doesn't punish the shooter. It encourages them. At number 2, we bring in a legend, the CZ Shadow II. Ask competition shooters what handgun has the least recoil in the real world, and most will point to this beast. It's heavy, it's metal, it's precise, and that weight works for you, not against you. The all-steel frame absorbs recoil like a sponge. The long slide tracks like it's on rails. Every part is tuned for flat shooting. Slide geometry, beaver tail, barrel lockup, even the trigger reset. When you fire a Shadow II, it feels like the gun wants to stay on target for you. It barely moves. The recoil is so soft and so controlled that shooters can empty the magazine with rapid shots and still drill a tight group. This is why the Shadow II dominates competitions worldwide. It shoots flat, it shoots smooth, and it shoots fast. And finally, number 1, the handgun with the absolute least recoil that still delivers real-world performance, reliability, and confidence. The champion, the Ruger LCP II in .22 LR. This tiny pistol produces such a gentle recoil impulse that it's almost laughable. The gun weighs almost nothing, yet the recoil is so soft you can shoot it with 2 fingers. It's small enough for pocket carry, light enough for everyday use, and comfortable enough for shooters who normally avoid handguns entirely. The .22 LR chambering, combined with Ruger's updated slide and recoil spring design, creates a firing experience that's softer than any semi-auto full-caliber handgun on the market. People buy this gun for self-defense not because it's powerful, but because they can actually handle it with perfect control. A gun you can shoot accurately is always better than a gun that intimidates you. Now let's bring this together, because recoil isn't just about physics. It's about confidence. It's about control. It's about choosing a weapon that respects your hands, your body, your experience level, and your needs. The world is full of powerful firearms, but not everyone wants the punishment that comes with heavy recoil. The guns in this list prove that you can protect yourself, train effectively, and enjoy shooting without the discomfort or fear that holds so many people back. Soft recoil means better accuracy. Better accuracy means better safety. And better safety means a shooter who is confident, calm, and prepared. So now the question is yours. Which handgun on this list would you trust to give you the smoothest, softest shooting experience? And which one do you want to see us test next? Drop your thoughts in a comment and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for bullet bound.